Hello, fellow stock traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Friday, March the 28th. The year is 2025. So, how's everybody been doing? Let's see. Out here in the filter exchange, I've been working on a few things, and let me kind of clue you in what I'm doing here. Um, I really like to find trades that are or stocks that are below their the 20-day low of the high, or 4-week lowest high, but this is by day, not by week. And so I do that, look for what I like to call a turn trade, where you have a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle. And we want to make sure that we started out below that 20-day lowest high. And then I'm looking for some price action where the current candle's low is below the low of the previous candle, and then we get a close above the previous close. So that usually is strong price action move to the north. And then what I'm looking for is, if we were to take the trade high minus the previous close, because what I want to do is I want to take the trade like at the close, because this is for small. I'm working on small account size trades here, where you can take it before the close and then sell it for a little bit more the next day. And I don't want to trade any of these over the counter stocks. And the other thing is, I want to make sure over the past 30 days, the volume was above 1 million shares each day. So if I want to trade 1,000 shares, it's going to be basically, barely a drop in the bucket. So that volume is below 1 or equal to 0. Price between 90 cents and $2, and we're looking for that price action, lower low, and then a higher close. Then we put these on the chart, so you can then take a look and see what they get. So see here, we turned up 3, and so when I'm going through, I can see, okay, here we have a lower low, higher close, so that should show some strength. Now, I wouldn't take this trade only because you see here, this green line is that 4-week low, and we're not, the high 4-week low, we're not filtering for that. I'm looking really for this price action trade right here. And so this is near the, that's the highest 4-week low. And so when it breaks that, I want to wait for it to come down here. And I could filter for that, but in this case, like I said, I'm looking for this type of action, because every now and then, this might just happen just slightly above it. It might be still in play. So here's one, RZLV, where we had this action. You can see here, we had it before it gapped up. We had it here, it gapped up and moved up nicely. So so visually, I just look for this and see what happened the next day. And so yesterday, this came up. So let's see what happens today. And then this last one here, you can see here, there was a chance to take maybe a couple of pennies here, more pennies than before here. Looks like a nice little trade. And you can see here, crossing that lowest high, for the 20-day lowest high. You can see crossing that. That's also a trade I would look to take. So during the day, if you're, can sit there and watch the price action, see if it's crossing that line on the daily chart. And then here, once again, a nice little move. So looking for a repeat of that. So that's pretty much, that's what I've worked on that particular filter. I think I was doing something else out here. I think I did something with the positive closes, which is pretty much along the same lines here. You see we get a few more stocks. I think I ran the price up to 5. Let's see yeah, this is pretty much the same. And then what we could always do is set the turn trade above 0. Filter those out. And let's see what happens. You can see it cut down. So we can now just look at these stocks. We've already seen this one particular stock here, Santa. And so you can see here we had a turn trade gap up above the line. So that would have probably been maybe a caution. As you see here, that's a pretty significant move. And since I don't know a lot of these stocks, the first trade, if I see something like this, it's like, maybe we'll pass on that. And here, again, this doesn't look like that worked out too well. Another turn trade. So here we had one that did work out. And here we're right at the line. So this is a trade that I would say maybe I would maybe want to take that trade. Because once again, it's right there at the line. Just like this one here, it's right there at the line. This one was at the line, and it probably only gave you a small, maybe a penny or two. And then this one gave a little bit more. One thing I wish StockFetcher would do is when you bring the cursor over, it would tell you what the values are, because you kind of have to kind of guess, or if it would just snap the line to it, and then you could look to the right and see what that value is. That would be a big help, StockFetcher, if you're watching. And here again, you can see turn trade lower, low. Here we did not have a price action trade, but we did have a turn trade, turn trade, turn trade. This one, once again, above that purple line. I don't like trading when it's that high. And here, there's a nice move there. Here, it crossed the line and a little drop. And so sometimes you get that drop. So let's see. On that turn trade, it didn't want to go up from there. So turn trade, small profits. And see, so here we have price action and a turn trade. We'll have to wait and see what that does. So lower low, higher close, nice move the next day. Same here, turn trade, nice move. Here we had lower low, small profit here. That was actually no chance to make a profit on that one. On that turn trade, didn't have the price action. So, this price action just filters out, a lot of these trades below the line, because if it doesn't do it, it might have a nice move, but I just like to see that price action. Just simple. Here you got both the lower low, higher close, and a turn trade, which is red followed by white on this chart. And let's see here, we had a turn trade. We didn't have any of that price action. And I'm just looking at the past few weeks, but here, if you want to, go back and really look, then you can see. And you can see here, once again, when it's up there, no, I like it down below. And sometimes I filter out, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just want to look at more stocks. Now, let's see. There was something else I wanted to show in the forums, general discussion. What have I learned? I was having a problem, and I received a message from StockFetcher. A do not draw command creates a syntax area if the variable has not been used in the filter. What had happened was, when I was writing these filters, and this one in particular, what had happened, I had done this. I had this block of code, I had moved it down here. So what happened was, I'm saying do not draw minval or minvol, but I had not referenced it. Yes, I created it up here, but I hadn't referenced it. So when you go to do this, you get all this crazy stuff. And you can see here minvol's above 0. And I've said, no, I only want it below 1. So if I put this back up here, now it's correct. So if I think what you'd have to do is do all your referencing before you do your drawing, and then you won't have that problem. And before I contacted StockFetcher, I looked in the manual and I looked online in the under the announcements, under the new phrase "do not draw," and I could not find that. So that's something that has not been documented. So StockFetcher, if you're watching, but that's one of the reasons why I started that thread out here. So, new users of StockFetcher and the old pros. You might want to go ahead and look in here, because there might be something that you didn't know or you've been having problems with. And so, or you might be trying to figure something out and somebody's already figured it out for you. So I think that's it, fellow traders. Well, I guess there's one other thing. Hot stocks, the hot stock hunt. Here I had it in general discussion, but I also started that thread. But this MLGO, the very first stock I posted, I don't know if any of you have been trading it, but it's been pretty much on fire. I mean, right here, it's had some huge moves. This is when I first, I came across it back here before I started posting, but, I think I posted, it was March the 13th, and you can see here what it's been doing. And right now it's at 1730. It had a previous close at 1594. So, I mean, even if you can only buy 100 shares, you might be able to jump in and make yourself, anywhere from 20 to 100 bucks or more, depending on your timing. Because, fellow traders, always remember, never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So, go out there, drain the banks, and actually, that doesn't really apply to stock traders, but May all your fills be complete, because I've had a couple partial fills lately. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.